I picked up Death in Brunswick primarily because I've really enjoyed a lot of what Umbrella have been releasing. I haven't heard of a lot of these films, but they've been pretty solid so far. And this one starred Sam Neill, which kind of caught my curiosity as well. And he plays Carl Fitzgerald, a man who's not having a good time of it. His relationship seems to have broken down. He has taken solace at the bottom of a bottle and he's struggling for work. Everything takes a turn for the worse when his mother turns up and he gets gainful employment. Two things that he really didn't want. So Carol goes along to this job interview and seemingly just gets the job immediately and having to start. And it's a kind of low-level kitchen chef's job. The place is a mess. People don't really care. The other employees within the building are pretty horrible for a lot of the time.
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment, my ass. Downstairs. So we're gonna get a friggin' pie machine.
With the exception of Sophie, a young barmaid who Carol really has a connection with. Even though there's a little bit of a difference there. She's 19, he's 34. He is living in his house, even though his mother is staying. She is from a Greek background and his father has very strong thoughts about who she should be marrying. And we just kind of follow this character. He's a bumbling idiot at times. A bearer man who kind of struggles to get by, constantly going to his friend Dave, who helps him out, which I love their relationship, to be fair. Carol gets in some really sticky situations when, you know how it kind of happens sometimes. Carol accidentally kills somebody and doesn't really know what to do. Bring in Dave, they helps him get rid of the body.
Jesus Christ, Carl, this guy's dead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, who did it? He's been stabbed.
Dave, I didn't mean to.
And he finds up being chased a lot through the rest of the film, struggling to find a footing of where he wants to be, but knowing one thing, he loves Sophie and wants to be with her. There is a great soundtrack with this, a great score that goes through the film where it's just such a wonderful jaunty tune that kind of leans into the black humour that's within this film. You're kind of watching a man who's run out of options and suddenly meeting this woman sparks a bit of life into him, shaking him from the funk that he's in, making him stand up for himself and take charge of his own life.
Get back, Laurie. Get back!
He's not always successful at it, but at least he's having the chance and the opportunity to take those steps. And I think Sam Neill is just wonderful. He is slobbish, very bumbling, very funny and very endearing. He's one of those lovable losers, which I kind of enjoyed. Sophie, played by Zoe Curtis, is just wonderful. She is terrific as this kind of shining light for Carl in this one. The relationship with Carl and his mother is also an absolute delight because he's very much under her thumb and she very much controls a lot of what's going on.
I caused this, I know it. I wanted you dead.
Which leads to some fun conversations later on, which I don't want to give too much away. In this one is how she feels that Carl should be living his life and what she thinks about young Sophie in this one. Death in Brunswick was funny, endearing, exciting and surprising. It gave me lots of left turns. It was based on a book and you can kind of tell that the way it's fleshed out. It doesn't seem to have that normal flowing narrative of a movie, but it feels a little bit zigzaggy in the way it's telling its story. Although it does hit familiar tropes at certain points, it does it in a unique fashion, so to speak. And I thought the key performance from Sam Neill was terrific. Yeah, I would thoroughly recommend Death in Brunswick. I had heard not great things about this one going into it, but I found it to be terrific entertainment. Something I would happily go back to again. Something I'm happy to have in my collection, with the exception of one thing. This spine, where the words are facing the wrong way on both sides, no matter how you do it, is just messing with my OCD, but never mind that. I want to know your opinion on this film. Did you love it? Hate it? Fall somewhere in the middle? As usual, drop your comment below. Let everybody else know your thoughts on this film. In the description box below, up here is more content where you can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.